Hey, it's Lynne Brown. I'm a speaker, trainer, and coach with the John Maxwell team and a teaching partner with Empowered Living. In the first half of my life, I was literally trapped by the opinions of other people. And then in my spare time, I was a people pleaser. If that wasn't enough, my mindset was broken. Now, the unfortunate part about all this is that I had no clue. I was totally unaware that all this was holding me back. I did not know that these limiting beliefs, this programming was keeping me stuck. And then one day I just got sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I don't know if any of you were like me, but it's just, it sucks to be there. And I decided to take a step in the direction of my dreams. And I bet on me for the first time ever. I'm talking about like long time ever, first half of my life. I was just like, anyway, I woke up and I was like, okay, I'm changing something. And it was amazing because it's funny. I saw a quote right after that. It was Wayne Dyer's quote. When you change the way that you look at things, the things that you look at begin to change. And it was coming true in my life. I was like, this stuff works, And so now I'm just partnering with people who want to do the same, who want to become the best versions of themselves, not just for the purpose of serving themselves, but to go out and add value to people who will go out and multiply value to others. I believe it's the key to the code. It's the place that will transform our lives, our homes, our communities, our states, nations, and the world. So today I'm super excited to bring my friend Caroline to you. She is going to talk about just, what's been going on these last 3 months in her business. So Caroline, come in, talk to us, and tell us what you're doing, and tell us what you're most excited about today.
Welcome. Hi, Lynn. Thank you so much for having me. I'm Caroline. I am a wine teacher. I live in France, where I do wine tastings in Lyon, which is our culinary capital of France, but I'm originally from America. And yeah, I was working in tourism, really. I've always worked in wine. And then a couple of years ago, I shifted into working, with wine tourism, and I loved it. I was super happy. I built my business from scratch, had a really good first year of that business. I actually made money in my first year of business, which was incredible. And then COVID hit, and my summer, which is, my moneymaker, just died. So it's been really intense, but I think I saw the writing on the wall during the quarantine, right when France shut down. We had a full-on quarantine in mid-March. Probably the week 2 in there, I'm like, you know what? I have to do something else, because what I do is not going to exist for a while. So I took a deep dive into the world of digital marketing, of online courses, and began developing my signature online wine course. And so I have built this course. I'm working on selling it. It's awesome. I'm really excited about it. And it's amazing because basically this horrible thing that shut down the business that I loved has opened up a different path for me that actually allows me to talk to more people and to spread my message, which is basically that wine should be fun and easy and accessible to more people.
Wow, that is so brilliant. And, I just want to not miss what you said. You saw the writing on the wall. You saw the handwriting on the wall, and you had a choice at that point, and you took the pivot, and you took what you had and you created something new, something even better that will have far more influence than what you were even doing before. And so now when now that we're experiencing some parts of the world are experiencing this new place, I don't know, whatever normal is, I don't know what that is, but this new place for now anyway. And so now things are opening up. You can go, tourists, not right now, but still you can have this face-to-face with some people, and you also have this international space, all around the world. So that is so amazing. I'm so excited for you. Now tell us the name of your company.
So I am Wine Dine Caroline. Wine Dine Caroline. That was just my Instagram when I first got Instagram, and then it really stuck. So that's my website, it's my Facebook, and it's my YouTube channel. So I wasn't doing YouTube until the confinement, which is what we called it here, confinement, until the quarantine. I had never done YouTube because I was like, I don't have time and it's scary. And then finally I was like, you know what? I got time now. I got nothing but time. So I started a YouTube channel, and that was really inspiring too. But it's hard, but it is also, it's interesting because I do feel like I'm able to take a message that was not necessarily being spread and spreading it. My whole thing is making wine not snobby and making it fun and making it cool and helping people navigate it, because it's so scary and people get really intimidated, and so many people love wine but they're afraid to ask questions about it, and I'm trying to get rid of that. Like, no wine snobbery. It's not about judgment. It's about helping people understand, a little bit of the language around it and being able to make their own better choices so they can drink the wine that they like.
Wow, that is so cool, and such a neat niche. I mean, it's
fun. Yeah.
It's just so cool, because you are, there are people out there probably that have just, like I was, and trapped in that comparison, or trapped in, what if I say this wrong or do this wrong, or just unsure. And you are, not only are you providing them with a service, but you are also helping them just with their confidence level, which
it
can
is about
expand
confidence
in other areas.
It is about confidence, and it is one of those things that it's like everybody in the wine industry got together and decided to make consumers feel stupid. I mean, it's super weird, and it's something that I've always worked in the wine business my entire career, and it's a business that's really alienating and can be really shitty. I don't know if I can swear, but
yeah, you can. It's okay.
It can be really toxic and really like, oh well, and nobody wants
like
that.
And I'm
it
like,
doesn't help us. It doesn't help anybody. It's just wine. It's just a drink, right? So I've always, I found that to be really difficult. And then becoming an entrepreneur and doing my own thing. And I'm a solopreneur. I don't work really with anybody else. I do my own thing. It's really hard, but it means that I don't have to have that noise around me, and I don't, like, I do whatever I want. I tell it like it is too, in my opinion. And there's a lot of different opinions in wine, but if you want to put an ice cube in your rosé, you do that. I don't care. It's your wine. I put ice in my rosé.
There you go. And isn't that so true? It's like, just be free to walk in who you are.
Yeah. Like, it doesn't matter. And people get so stuck and like, oh, am I doing this right? I'm like, yeah, it's just a drink, people. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
But it is obviously, it's something that is at the same time, this vast world of information, which is why I like it, because I'm a nerd. So I like that, but it does make it really alienating for consumers. So I am hoping that this career shift can expand my audience and bring my sort of approach to more people. But I do miss having my in-person wine tastings, because I really loved that.
And I know there are a lot of people all over the world right now that cannot wait for us to get to the place where, we are free to roam throughout the world again. And so just like you're waiting for, the tourists to come, they're waiting to come to you too.
I know. Come to Lyon. Paris is too crowded. Come to Lyon. It's way better.
That's right. Lyon is just a quaint community, and you'll be able to meet Caroline and taste wine, and just be fabulous. You said something that was so interesting. You said, I love just being in this space of, owning your own business and operating as a sole entrepreneur. Talk to us about the noise. You said, I don't have to be around the noise. I think right now there's such an epic amount of noise in the world. I mean, from A to Z noise. Every topic you can imagine, from the hot topics that we know we're dealing with right now, from COVID to just, unrest in our cultures, the way we treat people. Talk to us about, what is the strategy that you've used to create your environment? What are some things that keep you on the up and up? What drove you to be able to take a time like this, where so many people opted out and just got on the sofa, watched Netflix, ate Bennett, ice cream out, forever, or drank wine, whatever. I don't know what they did, but they've been doing that for months. So what was different about you?
Well, first of all, I escaped the noise by moving halfway around the world 2 years ago. So that is, an extreme option, but it did help me.
It worked for you.
It worked for me. That was a big part of escaping the noise for me and getting out of the kind of industry, but also just like getting away from a lot of the things that I think were hard for me in America. Because being French and being not French, I'm not French. So I'm never going to be a perfect French woman. So I don't have to try. But I also don't have to be a perfect American woman, because they don't know what that means. So I just get to be myself. And
that is so awesome. I love that.
And I don't really pay attention to French politics either, because I don't I don't know enough about it to be informed. It's wonderful. Ignorance is bliss.
There's a lot of truth to that. That's so true.
But in terms of
be us first.
I'm sorry. Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, I definitely get to be myself here in a way that I didn't feel like I could back home. But in terms of the quarantine, I would have gone insane if I hadn't had something to do. And I did get a lot done, but I also had days where I cried in bed all day. And that is the truth. And honestly, sometimes those days sneak up on me too. Last week was a bad week. I did not get a lot done. I try not to beat myself up for it because everybody's having a hard time. I'm doing, comparatively pretty well. I allow myself to Netflix and ice cream and do that. I did gain a bunch of weight and I am, I'm living with the consequences of that, but I'm also trying to be nice to myself about that. It's hard, but I haven't been 100% on it. Nobody has. I'm doing my best like everybody. And sometimes sometimes I stayed in bed all day.
That's okay. And I'm so glad you said that because me too. And I had just, over the last year had lost 25 pounds. But during the quarantine, I was very focused in this one area, but I let this other area slip. And I was just drifting, into the pantry a lot more too. But you're exactly right. We have to be gentle on ourselves. We are human beings. We are going to constantly, every day becoming the best version. That might be meaning start over today. Today I'm trying to start over. I'm going to try not to eat, I had to throw away a birthday cake, yesterday. There are things I have to do, but we're imperfectly perfect, and so thank you for throwing that in there because I think some people will look at you and go, well, Caroline's so fortunate. She got to move to France and I can't move, around the world or whatever. But I think we have to do what we can where we are with what we have.
Yeah, I am fortunate. I know that I am super fortunate to be able to move. I was able to move because I have a British passport. I lived in England for a while, so it wasn't my first rodeo abroad. But now, of course, with Brexit, I'm not legally necessarily entitled to live here anymore. It's very confusing. There's no information, so that's super stressful. But I'm just trying to go with the flow on that. I can't do anything about it. I'm just waiting for information at this point.
That's right. And you know what? Today you can just keep working on your digital product and keep getting your message out. And I can't wait to subscribe to your YouTube channel.
It's fun. They're short videos.
Yeah. I love that too. That's how I am. I'm a short, that's why our podcast is 15 minutes, just because I like short to the point. I think there's so much information. We need these little snippets of information. I think they're practical and powerful. So, tell us now, you already told us, but one more time, how do people connect with you?
I am Wine Dine Caroline. I'm on Instagram, I'm on YouTube, and that's my website. That's my Facebook, on everything except for Twitter because it's one character too long. So
Snap.
Twitter just doesn't get the best of me,
Well, everybody's not as fortunate. But those other platforms all of our viewers can connect with you. It'll be powerful.
Yes.
Now, let me ask you this real quick. I always like to find this out. When you think about the word gritty, you saw the Gritty Women podcast. G for gratitude, R, resilience, I is to inspire. The 2 T's are think tough, and Y is you do you. Which one just resonates with you the most?
You do you. Absolutely.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I do whatever I want. That's me doing my best life. And I know it might be selfish. I don't have kids, so I don't even set an alarm in the morning. I wake up when I wake up. It's beautiful.
You know what, sister? It's not selfish. It's just called loving yourself and being in self-care. And if we don't love ourselves, we can't love others.
That's what RuPaul says. Amen.
Episode.
Yeah.
But it's
amen
so true.
To that.
We've got to value ourselves before we can ever add value to others.
That is, I know we're running out of time, but I literally just actually ended a relationship with somebody who I really cared about because they just did not love themselves and I couldn't fix them, But it's like all that energy that I was putting into him, I'm like, you know what? I need that coming into me. I got to keep it here because I need it. I need it.
That's exactly right. Well done you. And we might have to bring you back on and get a part of the growth of that story too, because I know that there are a lot of women that could benefit from that too, because there's so many people stuck. I hear it all the time. Yeah. They're just stuck in these relationships and they're just given one side, they're not getting anything from it and it'll never work. No. Caroline, thank you so much for just carving out some time today out of your schedule for us. you traded your lifetime space for us today in the Gritty Women Global Movement. And we're glad you're on board with us. You're
Thank
our
you.
kind
I'm
of
so on
people.
board. I'm so on board for sure.
All right. All right. Well, I can't wait to tune into your YouTube and connect with you on all things social. So, just go remember Gritty is the new strong and Gritty is the new pretty, and have a fabulous day. And we look forward to being able to visit you soon.
Fabulous. Thanks.
All right. You take care.
You too. Bye.